Welcome to another edition of Inside Titan Sports. I'm your host, Jeff Radcliffe. And for the next 30 minutes, we'll get you caught up on all things Eastern Florida State College athletics as the program for the Titans continues to get better and better as the school year winds down. On this edition, we talk baseball with head coach Jeff Tam, tennis with Jerry Thor, and we bring in Associate Athletic Director right at the end, Ryan Keel, to talk about all things. We'll enjoy that conversation. I'm sure that's in our final segment. But first, we are talking baseball, one of my favorite songs. Jeff Tam, former Major Leaguer, now in his fourth season at the helm, and former Titan as well. Congratulations so far. First place in the conference. Things have been going well. I know it's a day-to-day thing in baseball, but Correct, you have to like where you're sitting right now.
Absolutely. The guys are doing a great job. They're working hard. You know, there's a few things that we need to get better at, and it could separate us from the group, but up to now, if you gave us a one-game lead with 8 to play, I'd definitely take it.
9 games, in fact, remain now.
9?
As far as where do you stand there with that? Because it seems like 9's not many, but that is a long way to go, really.
Absolutely. All the teams still have a shot at it. You know, they all are very tough in their own ways. You know, Palm Beach has great pitching. Broward can, you know, they beat you with one swing of the bat usually, and Dade is just very solid. But, you know, our mantra is one game at a time, one pitch at a time, you know, deal with the result and move on. And so far, the guys have done a great job.
I think one of the things you always like to say is compete on every pitch. Explain what you mean by that, because that goes whether you're at the plate or you're on the mound.
Absolutely. As a pitcher, every pitch matters, you know, and if you don't execute the pitch, you deal with the result. But whatever the pitch was intended for, you know, you can feed off of that pitch. You know, if you happen to run one in on somebody, you know, you can buy the outside part of the plate. Mm-hmm. And the same thing with hitting. If you're not focused and ready to compete on every pitch thrown, you know, it's gonna be a long day for you.
You've also been quoted in playing in the Southern Conference. There's no easy night at the office in this conference. There's, as far as this conference goes, no easy nights, basically what I'm saying.
No, it is extremely tough day in, day out. And, you know, I know River's having a down year, but if you look past them and you give them any daylight, they'll put it to you too.
Right now you sit in first place, as we already mentioned. Very important you're in first or second. Last couple of years in third, it makes it a lot more difficult, doesn't it?
It does. You know, that one extra game to play in to get to the state tournament, you know, we were fortunate to win one. We lost one and didn't even get to compete for one at one point. But it's tough. You know, like I said, any team can beat you at any time. And being at the top, with, you know, you say 9 games to go. It's a great place to be. It's a good feeling, but there still is a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, the controlling your own destiny part. 2 and 3 right now against second place Broward. You just had 2 with them, a split, and now you get them again coming up this weekend. You can't. Every series is important, but this one and the next one, of course, very, very important for the Titans right now.
Absolutely. You know, all 3 losses I think have been close games. You know, in 2 of the losses, I know that it was one pitch that beat us, you know, and that goes back to staying focused and competing on every pitch. I think they hit 2 home runs in 2 separate games to put them ahead or tie the game, and, you know, they managed to squeak out 2 wins against us there.
The game Friday is televised once again on WEFS, also streamed on EFSCTitans.com. TV games have been a mixed bag, but I'm sure it's something that the guys really get up for.
I think it's great, yeah. You know, what they have in place for us, and the guys get to go back and see the video of what they did well and where they can improve, and just being on TV at this level. You know, usually that's typically reserved for when you're a professional athlete, but or at a major D1 college. But, you know, the guys they thrive on it. They love it.
Let's talk about the performance of Blair Calvo this season. He's been Athlete of the Week a couple times, Athlete of the Month. Continues to get the job done on the Hill, and he's kind of your go-to horse there.
Absolutely. It is not hard to, you know, pencil him in for a start. You know you're going to get a quality start. Yeah. You know, he competes very well. He has plus stuff, plus fastball, plus breaking ball, plus changeup. You know, he's a workhorse. You know, we call him donkey horse, whatever nickname you want.
Not a Shrek thing.
No, but when you stick him out there, yeah, you know you're going to get a quality start. And he's just going to compete on every pitch, and he just battles, and he gives you a chance to win a baseball game.
1.21 ERA, 7th nationally, also 9th nationally in strikeouts. What type of a pitcher is he? Strikeouts, is that what he is aiming for when he's out on the hill?
Well, I try to preach to the guys, when you get 2 strikes in your 0-2 count, you have 2 chances to put them away to get a strikeout. Mm-hmm. If you're in a 1-2 count, you have 1 chance to put them away. The 2-2 pitch we want put in play. Mm-hmm. So he's just, with above average stuff, a plus fastball and a really tight slider, he just has that advantage to put hitters away.
Talk a little bit about the rest of the staff, guys like Walsh and Myers, Escorbano, who's really stood out and really helped things along this year for you guys.
Yeah, they've done a great job. Jake and Myers both transfer in from a Division I program. There's little areas that we can all keep getting better, but they've competed very well. Daniel Garmendia has stepped up and done a tremendous job on the mound for us, and he's filling in that 4th rotation spot right now. But he's pushing those guys, and if he just keeps throwing the ball well, he's also another guy that's going to be there in the long run for us.
As a former pitcher at a very, very high level, is that something you really take to heart? You're really molding these guys for wherever their baseball career or their personal lives really take them after this?
Absolutely. I learned a lot over the years. I had a lot of great pitching coaches and sat next to some of the best hitters in the game. And I always wanted to ask them questions and try to get better. Mm-hmm. And I wish I would have known that a long time ago, all those little nuances. But I'm trying to give them everything I learned, and progress them as fast as we can. And, some guys get it, some guys don't. And on the most part, they listen and they implement, and they're doing a wonderful job.
Well, you got quite the hitting staff, too. You guys hitting 427. That's a nationally ranked, 427 hits. Nationally, that is ranking 4th overall. So a lot of productivity at the plate, really 1 through 9 in that order.
Absolutely. We've had some problems with some strikeouts in the past. We've tried to get the guys to compete more with 2 strikes on the away pitch, and just fight it off as much as you can. And it seems to be working. We don't try to keyhole anybody and make them hit this way or that way. We make small adjustments, and they've done a great job. And we've got real good athletes, so. Yeah, it makes it easy.
Sammy Duran kind of leads the entire lineup right now, and it's every time I call a game, by the time I can actually start talking about him, he's already back. He's on base again. He's a guy that's very aggressive, but a very, very smart approach to the plate, and really leads in every offensive category, over 400 right now hitting.
Yeah, we weren't sure, if we were going to get that kind of production out of someone, out of Sammy, but. He's done a phenomenal job. He's a great kid. He works his tail off. You'll never see him not hustling. He's the best outfielder I think I've ever had here, hands down. Just works so hard. He cares. He's a great kid. And, good things happen to those kind of guys, too.
And Vinny, the Capper name is kind of now a family tradition here, too. Talk about what Vinny has been doing.
He's done a great job. Defensively, he's always very solid, makes the routine plays. And offensively, we moved him to the 3-hole, and he competes very well on breaking balls. So you get a lot more breaking balls in the 3 and 4-hole, in the batting lineup. But, I'm just disappointed I may not have any more after this. But
call his parents.
Yeah, John and Vinny, both themselves. They're just polished baseball players. They're great young men, and they've done a tremendous job for the 2 years they've been here.
Well, Jeff, appreciate the time as always. Best of luck. 9 games remaining in the next one you can watch on TV. In fact, 3 more on TV, but the first this Friday on WEFS against Broward. Very big game. Hope you can tune in or come out to Bruce Bochy Field and see it in person. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck. When we come back, we'll talk tennis. Jerry Thor makes his weekly appearance next on Inside Titan Sports.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
Welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. We turn our attention to the tennis courts, and The Titans, for the first time in their 3-year program history, have clinched a winning record. The regular season complete. Jerry Thor making his appearance. Let's recap here the season. It's done. It didn't finish as strong as you would like, but you got to look at the whole picture here, and you're trying to rebuild the program, but you've really led the girls into something really special this season.
Yeah, I think the women have really made some great strides. We've tripled the win total over last year's season. And just really kind of put the culture of the program in place. Here we are, we're sitting in 5th place. Top 3 are going to go to nationals. And I just want to let them know that we're not finishing until they tell us we're finished. And so, the weather's been beautiful. We've been working really hard, and we want to make those other teams in the state earn it.
10-9 overall, first time in program history with double-digit wins as well. I think the big saying is it's a marathon, not a sprint. It certainly has been a long marathon, a lot of ups and downs, but mostly ups.
Yeah, absolutely. We're one of the few sports that are truly a year-round sport, so we have a strong fall schedule, and we practice all the way through November. Then we pick things up in January, and so, it's been 8 months of training and really just trying to stay focused through it all. And I think the women have done a great job this season.
And Catherine, Anna Christina, responsible on that number 3 doubles to eke out a result, if you will, to borrow a soccer phrase, over the weekend against Broward. Saving the day, I guess, would be a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's, we knew we needed at least one of those doubles wins to help us out in that match. So it's good to see them come through. And we've had a lot of success lowering the lineup in singles. And so, I went over on a changeover and said, hey, look, in singles, you guys have been beating them consistently. Let's do it in doubles too. And it kind of flipped the switch for them. They said, you're right. We shouldn't feel intimidated out here. We should be able to take it to them, and they did.
The FCSAA region tournament coming up. It's right around the corner over at San Lando Park in Altamont Springs, just right down the 528. This is a big moment in the program. It's not going to be easy, as you know, but this is what you've been building for the entire season.
Yeah, this is, going forward as a program, this is something where we really want to peak in our performance. It's a great facility out there. They run a really strong tournament, and it's some of the top teams in the nation will be there. We've got, number 1 ASA's now moved their national championship team down here, so we're going to see them. And then 3 of the other top 10 teams are there. We got number 5 St. Pete, we've got number 6 Broward, number 7 State College of Florida. So it's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a battle for years to come. And it's something that we look forward to getting some experience now, and and just competing and representing the college well.
Do you ever either go to bed at night or wake up in the morning? This is like a personal question, and think, what did I do to deserve all my region opponents happen to be all highly nationally ranked? What did I do to get into that?
Well, they definitely have some very strong established programs here. The names I just rattled off, and you throw in Hillsborough that won 3 national championships. Everybody's strong here, and so when I'm recruiting, I tell the players, if you want to come play the toughest competition in the U.S., come here to Florida and play. And I think it works for coaches too. I want to compete against some of the toughest, most respected coaches in the country, and I get to do that every time out when we play a conference match.
Certainly makes the players better, especially the freshmen who are returning next year. And talk about maybe some of the players you have that are going to make huge contributions and a step up next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We're setting the tempo now that we're preparing for the region championship, and we're still, nationals is on our calendar. And it's always going to be on our calendar. It's something we're going to expect to be at. Kathy Drebka, she was Student Athlete of the Month, plays number 1 singles, number 1 doubles. She's been working hard. She's been working harder. And, she knows that's what's expected of our top players that really lead the way. Juliana Hull's another strong player for us. She's been working hard. We've seen great improvement. And I think overall, not only with their play, but with their sportsmanship, we've been getting good feedback from other coaches and officials. Continue to say that, your players are working hard, competing hard, but they're also competing the right way.
The top 3 this weekend in Altamont Springs in that tournament advance to the states and hopefully maybe beyond. Certainly a tall order, not impossible, of course, but then you also have to think about what comes after. The season is, if you look in a schedule, actually ends, but then it really gets busy for you as well.
Yeah, for me, there's 2 seasons. There's the season on the court, and then there's a season in the office recruiting. And we want to compete at a national level on both of those. And so there's a lot of players that are excited to come be a part of what we're doing here at Eastern Florida. both on the men and the women's side. And so players have been taking visits. We've been in touch with some of the top prospects, and we're going head-to-head with the teams that are competitive. ASA is looking to go win their 3rd straight national championship, and we want to compete with them in all aspects, including recruiting.
As far as recruiting, I'm sure the big selling point to people who are out of the Florida area, out of the Central Florida area, the Space Coast area, are you're coming to the warm climates. I know, when you talk with Aunt Catherine and that's one of the reasons they wanted to be here, close to the beach. But the facilities that you have here are really second to none, and I'm sure that's makes it really easy for you.
Yeah, and it's something that the players that are here have commented on as we travel around. They really get a sense of it's not like this everywhere. What we have at Eastern Florida is really, it's unique and it's incredible, the support we have. And I think until you take it in and see what some of the other colleges, have available and then come back home and play and practice on our courts, you really get a sense that, they care about the student athletes and the student athlete experience here.
Sarah, do you think perhaps you can get some transfers, people that have played here? Wow, maybe I should come here and play all the time. You think that's a possibility?
I'm not sure we want to poach their players. We'll bring in some freshmen and grow them, into the players we need. And there's a lot of players that want to come here, and so we really get to be selective in choosing, high quality people that are going to represent the program and the college, in the classroom, on the court, and as alumni.
Diplomatic response from Jerry Thor, as you would always expect. Beyond recruiting, now you've got 2 teams as the men's program gets underway. How do you find yourself balancing the time here once we get into the summer months?
Just continuing to try to work hard. I expect that of our players, and so it's a great opportunity for me to be a role model for them, to see me putting in the hours. And it's something I have experience doing. I've coached men and women's tennis, for a number of years, and it's exciting. We're going to have 2 really strong tennis teams here, and I'm very fortunate to have the ability to lead both of them.
Can probably foster some cohesion, some complementary, have them not necessarily play them against one another, but now they have maybe a rooting interest, and maybe you can get some practice time together as well as a possibility. But is that a benefit? Because now you've got the guys would be in the ladies' corner, the ladies will be in the guys' corner, and so on and so on.
Yeah, we're going to have I call it a big family, because there's no reason to keep those 2 separated. And it's really a benefit. That's something ASA takes advantage of, is their top women can get pushed by some of the players in the men's team in practice, and it's something that we're going to look to benefit from as well. But yeah, training alongside a big group of people that really care and are passionate about the sport. Whether you're a man or a woman, it's exciting to have really good teammates.
No truth to the rumor that Jerry Thor is changing his last name to Brady as he brings in the Brady Bunch, the men and the women's tennis programs. Well, continued success and good luck this weekend in Altamont Springs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry, as always. Well, down the 2 segments down, 1 to go. We bring in Ryan Keel, Associate Athletic Director here at Eastern Florida State College. That is coming up next on Inside Titan Sports.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Welcome back to Inside Titan Sports, and for our final segment, special treat as we get to bring in Ryan Keel, the Associate Athletic Director at Eastern Florida State College. Ryan, busy times as always, welcome. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff here. Let's start with golf, and we talked during break. I asked you how was your golf game, but that's not what we're here to get to.
Right. Well, naturally, my game's not good enough
Okay.
to answer that question. But yeah, we're really excited. As many know in this area, we have one of the most historic junior college golf programs in the country, and we get a chance now to showcase our golf down in Florida with the national tournament coming up in a month.
in May, which is was big. And Jamie Howell obviously not able to be here this week, as earlier in the week as we tape this on Tuesday, they're down in South Florida at the Barry Buccaneer Invitational, playing against all four-year schools, which is a testament to his program to go up against those types of institutions and programs.
Yeah, he's built a great program here, and it's a testament to how other schools feel about us as a program, that they welcome us, invite us to these events, and we compete and we do well. We compete at a high level with them.
The Titans do, after that, as they complete their regular season, will go to the regionals, the district championships down in Coleman, Alabama, and then we come back to Duran, a beautiful course right up the road here in Vieira. First of all, why was that the choice? I mean, obviously we're loaded with great golf courses here in this part of the state, but a perfect host.
Yeah, there's like you said, there's many great golf courses in Brevard, but Vieira really stood out to us. Duran, they really worked with us to make this tournament something that we can be proud of. I personally have played the course a few times. It's a beautiful, beautiful course, really a jewel to our county, and it's challenging. It's an open course, but you're going to see that come summertime, later, in May when they're going to be playing, it's going to get very windy. There's a lot of water, and it's going to create a lot of challenges for the golfers, which is really what the NJCAA was looking for with the tournament.
In your opinion, I may be catching you off guard. How many teams will be coming here that you'll have to worry about getting hotels? I mean, obviously it's their schools,
Right.
fall on all that stuff, but you have to do a lot of the organizing.
Yeah, there's roughly 20 teams that'll be coming in, and we're working right now diligently to make sure everything is first class, just like we do with all the events that we host.
And one of many. I mean, we've been the host to the women's soccer nationals here the last couple of years. Now you've got golf on the schedule, and then we're going to have some regional tennis here in the fall as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a testament to our administration and Dr. Ritchie. We really pride ourselves on our facilities, and our goal through our facilities is to bring in these national and state level tournaments to really emphasize what we're doing here at Eastern Florida and show that we're really trying to compete, on a top tier level.
And when you have these facilities, the tennis region, the ITA region's coming up in September. We just got off the set here with Jerry. I mean, the facility tennis-wise, not just popular with the team, but popular in the community as well. It's a very, very high end.
Yeah, obviously our teams utilize the facilities, but we also open it to the community, and we've seen growing interest in the courts now are filling up daily. They see that it's a first-class tennis facility in the county, and they utilize it just like our athletes do, competing at a high level.
I think going around the state and around the nation, at this level, a lot of administrative and athletic staffs, they worry about the day-to-day, the operations, the games, the recruiting, that sort of thing. But how much extra work, how much extra time are you and Jeff and everybody on staff really putting into all these national tournaments you got to host? Because that's kind of extra.
It adds a load to our plate, and but we're happy to do it. We really enjoy showcasing what we have here, and things like that are worth the extra workload. And we enjoy seeing the final product, and it's a fun process to watch. Going through the bid process to all of our preparations and planning, and watching it finally develop on the field.
And it really not only puts Eastern Florida in a positive light nationally, really, but also just the community here, in Melbourne, in the Space Coast overall, Brevard County. It brings in tourism money. I'm sure everybody really likes that too.
Yeah, I mean, since we did the name change, people are starting to really notice the campus, and through our sporting events, we're trying to show that we're really trying to run a first-class facility, and I think it's working through all of our facility upgrades, and we're starting to see a growing attendance, and fans are really enjoying the experience.
Yeah, and every time they come visit, whether it's from out of town or from nearby, the campus looks different every time they come in. Another building going up.
Yeah.
Right now we've got what looks like to be the Taj Mahal of softball facilities going up right next to the soccer facility right now, the Titan soccer complex. I don't know what's next. What else can you fit in campus there? But that looks to be a very tremendous building.
Yeah, I mean, people said that when we started with the tennis. They were like, "Wow, this is incredible." When we had baseball, the batting cage went up, and they said, "Wow, this is what is this? An airline hangar?" And now we have softball, and it's we're really trying to show what we can do at Eastern Florida in terms of facilities, and we want to offer all we can to the community, to the county, and as well for our student athletes.
national audience, soccer audience has been watching the last couple of weeks as the USL season has begun. 2 weeks in, OCB's had 2 games. Finally got their first result against Charleston over the weekend. I think the only thing we can do better is tell Mother Nature not to show up and stop delaying these things.
Well, Jeff, as you know from doing our personal soccer events, that's tough. That's tough, and we do our best. And I think us and OCB, we're doing a great job to still, even with weather circumstances, put on a great product. And I think the fans have been showing up, and it's been a great event. And sooner or later, we're going to get great weather, and it's going to be a perfect event. We're going to get an OCB win, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, we were talking with Jeff Carr here a week ago about the very same instances here. In your opinion, how things went? What is it like out there? Usually, you're seeing the blue and the green. Now it's purple, and the Harbor City Hooligans are. Well, they didn't do flares in the last game, so we've got that under control. But they certainly brought quite the ruckus with them.
It's great. I mean, we're very excited to be working with Orlando City. They're a great organization. They really do have a movement. Soccer's growing. Soccer's big. With Eastern Florida, it was a natural relationship, and it's great when you're at the game and you're on the field and you see the purple and you see the purple smoke and you see the hooligans, everything going around. It's a very exciting event, and I think it's great for the county as a whole.
Talking with both opposing head coaches, not just with Coach Pulis of OCB, both remarking very positively on the quality of the field conditions out there, among the best, if not the best, in the league.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to do anything on campus, we're going to do it first class. We don't believe in in cutting corners, so we're going to make sure the facility is as great as it can be, and I think it shows in what the field surface looks like itself now.
And there's 13 more OCB games coming your way this season. Well, Ryan, thanks for the time as always. I know you're a really, really busy guy. A lot of things. You got some baseball scoring I think you have to do this afternoon as well. Had to get that in there. But Ryan Keel, the Associate Athletic Director, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jeff.
And with that is all the time we have for this edition of Inside Titan Sports. Again, I'd like to remind you, as always, to get the inside dish on everything Eastern Florida State College is go to the EFSCTitans.com website. Just a couple of months old. It is fantastic, and you'll be all caught up on everything you need to know. Also, join us each week here on Inside Titan Sports. We invite you to do that as well, and also view us on the website. You can watch that show in multiple platforms. And for all my guests, so for Ryan, and for Jerry, and for Jeff Tam, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long and go Titans.